Some battery projects look simple at first. The customer came to us with one request. This camera-mounted LED video light needed to run for 5 hours. The charging time had to be reduced from more than 3 hours to around 1 hour. But the device itself could not become much bigger or much heavier. Once we opened up the internal structure, the real problem showed up. This video light was already very compact. The LED board, control board, heat dissipation parts, buttons, and housing structure had already taken most of the space. There was very little room left for the battery. So the first step was not just changing to a bigger cell. We redesigned the battery size based on the internal structure of the light. We also adjusted the wire exit direction and the position of the protection board. These details may look small, but in a compact device, they matter a lot. If the wire exits from the wrong side, the cable has to bend around inside the product. That wastes space. If the protection board is placed poorly, it takes space away from the cell itself, and that means less space for real battery capacity. After this adjustment, the battery space utilization inside the light increased by about 20%. But using the space better was only the first step. The customer did not just need a battery that could fit inside. They needed the light to run continuously for about 5 hours. So the second step was to improve the battery's volumetric energy density. For this project, we used a high-capacity density solution with an 811 high-capacity system. The battery's overall volumetric energy density reached about 550 watt-hours per liter. In simple terms, within the same limited space, we had to pack in more usable energy. After optimizing both the space layout and the cell chemistry, the new battery capacity increased by about 50% compared with the previous version. That finally allowed the LED light to run for about 5 hours continuously. But the harder part of this project was not only battery life, it was charging time. The customer wanted to reduce charging time from more than 3 hours to around 1 hour. When people see slow charging, their first thought is usually, is the charging module too weak? Can we just increase the charging current? But battery fast charging does not work that way. If the cell has high internal resistance, it will generate more heat during charging. If you force the charging current higher, it may look faster in the short term. But over time, it can damage battery life and increase safety risks. So the third step was not simply increasing the current. We used a multi-tab design to reduce the battery's internal resistance. After the internal resistance was reduced, the heat stress during charging also went down. The battery could accept a higher charging current more stably. At the same time, we also shortened the tail end of the constant voltage charging stage. Every project like this we take seriously, because for us, the goal is not just to finish one order. The real goal is for the customer's product to enter stable long-term production. When their product is stable, they are more likely to come back with the next project. Our factory has been running for more than 10 years. And honestly, we got here because many old customers kept supporting us along the way. So we understand one thing very clearly. Repeat customers do not come from sales talk. They come from doing each project properly.